Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about digital detox. So here with my friend Yash. So what do you think, Yash? What is the digital detox actually?
Digital detox is a kind of practice by which we are just taking ourselves relax, or we can say as a detachment from digital platforms like social media, mobile, computer, all things. We are just trying to make ourselves free from these kind of devices for some amount of time. Some people follow whole day digital detox or whole week digital detox. But what happens due to this, they are getting too much disconnected from the actual world. So, it's on your own thing that do you want to make the detox for a whole day or just for a particular time. But I would recommend to just have some kind of a time in the whole day where you don't use any kind of devices, especially in the time before you go to bed.
Yes, it's correct. Digital detox, it's like a fast, like uh, we take or give a fast to our stomach that improves our digestion system. Likewise, when we consuming too much content from our digital devices, that leads to no space for thinking ability of our brain. So when we remove all these devices or social media, then we have time to think and do our creative work. So digital detox also help us to focus on things, because when we are consuming too much, our dopamine levels are high, so we don't want to do any low dopamine task like our studies or anything boring or repetitive task. But when we stop our devices, then our dopamine levels go down, and when a basic task also done by us, that gives some kind of pleasure, so it will help to study better and focus on it betterly.
Yeah, I would like to go deep into that kind of thing of dopamine and the pleasure. I would like to say that uh, how the process actually works. So firstly, consider that if you are working on a particular thing, let's say you have a kind of job or any work which you are doing for a particular time. After some time, you get boredom, or your dopamine levels just goes down a little bit. This happens because that task becomes repetitive, or you are just losing the motivation to do the actual task. But in the social media or that kind of digital media system, what we are getting is constantly we are bombarded with new kind of information or new kind of entertainment things. All the reels, shorts, videos are kind of designed for a kind of clickbait content by which we get some kind of dopamine spike. So dopamine is kind of a hormone in our brain which deals with the motivation of ourselves. If we have low dopamine, then our motivation will lower to do particular thing, and if we have high dopamine, then we have a higher motivation to do particular thing with higher energy levels. But what happens majority of the time, if we are constantly getting high dopamine hits due to social media or any kind of digital content, then our brain starts to make that high dopamine levels new normal. These kind of dopamine levels of higher spikes becomes new normal to the brain, and if these kinds of spikes or these kind of higher dopamine levels are not getting in you any task, then you feel less motivated. So whenever you are very much gone into some kind of social media or that kind of thing, you are just getting addicted to it, by which your dopamine levels are very much raised on top, and the actual your day-to-day task feels boring to do, and you just kept mindlessly scrolling whole day. To actually get out of this kind of scenario, what we can do, we can just take some kind of digital detox. What it is like, we just need to detach ourselves from the digital media or the social media type of thing. What this will do, this will slowly decrease your dopamine levels. Firstly, in the couple of hours or in the couple of minutes, most of the people will get bored or will get some attraction towards taking that mobile phone, taking that social media and just scroll. But if you just put yourself very much strict restrictions that you will not pick up the phone for a half an hour or just 1 hour, then slowly you will your dopamine levels will lower down and you will feel better than the previous one. What will happen now that if you are doing particular the day-to-day task, you will not feel that much less motivation. You will feel more motivated to do those tasks, and you will not get bored very short time. What happens in our day-to-day life in the modern era? The people have very little time of thinking span, or we can say that they have a very much decreased time of span of their attention span. And what is happening due to this? This is happening due to social media kind of thing, shorts and reels on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. These things are making all the people with lesser attention span and higher amount of dopamine levels are rising again and again. This higher level of dopamine can also lead to some kind of depression if the person is not getting enough dopamine. Then this should be lowered down, and digital detox is one kind of best solution for this kind of purpose.
Yes, it's correct that digital detox is helpful for increasing our attention span also. I think for everyone to follow this digital detox means we can try by decreasing our day-to-day time of our mobile by 15 minutes or 1 hour. There are many people that spend their 4 to 6 hours on the mobile. That time is also useful for building any new skill for youth, but most of happen that many people do their primary work or job or study. Then after they think I need to take some break and they start just scrolling. So that scroll goes to 3 4 hours or minimum 1 hour. So that will not benefit to us. We should consciously observe that how much time we are spending on mobile and with means mindfully choose to open any app for what is your main goal to open that app. That should be clear in your mind. We should not be in auto mode that we are just opening that Instagram or YouTube again and again. So that will not benefit us. And we can try also the whole day detox means don't uh, don't take your digital device or keep it in your home so you can go for any long journey or other any your work, so that experience will give you a lesson that many times we don't have any creativity because of we are unable to connect our dots, so we don't have a time to think that will get from the detox time. It's all that.
I like that kind of thing. It's also a weak point of all the majority of the people that their attention span is very much low and they just open the social media kind of thing unintentionally. A lot of time, even if they just got 1 or 2 minutes in the spare time, they just take their mobile and start scrolling. And even if we ask them why you are doing that, they even can't able to answer because this kind of behavior is become their kind of very much habitual that this kind of thing is becoming unconscious to them. Like this kind of repeated behavior is making them as a bad habit, but formation of this kind of bad habit is not good. So we should avoid this. We can use some kind of systems like there is an app which is called as one sec, which will show you an overlay screen reminder before you open any kind of social media. It will just prompt you to take a deep breath one and give 1 second before opening that media, and just ask yourself that do you really want to open that kind of thing. This also decreases the probability to actually open the thing mindlessly. Also, we can use timers, like we can set timers to all the social media, like we will only use 1 hour in the whole day. Or we can also set a distraction time in the whole day. We can also schedule a distraction block of 1 hour or 2 hours. In a whole day, we can use it as a if we have a 9 to 5 job, we can use a detox time as 7 to 9 in the evening. At the time we will only do entertainment and scrolling on social media. But this thing should not be mindlessly in the whole day. If we are getting constant, our body or our mind is telling to open that thing constantly, then we should tell our mind that this is not the correct time. It has been scheduled. We should open that thing on the scheduled time only. These 2 3 things we can apply as reducing the actual harm of the social media kind of thing. Digital detox is kind of part of these all things. It is extension of these things.
Yes, it's correct that we can also try to focus on our breath before opening any app. That will benefit to us. And when we start just mindlessly using our device, there is the most probability is we get addiction of it. Means our finger get automatically on that app, specific app. So we should identify our addiction and break the cycle of trigger action reward. So that will help us. And we should also try to avoid our digital devices before the 2 hours from the sleep. That also improves our sleep quality. And we can also try any meditation technique before sleeping or gratitude. That will also lead a quality sleep, and next day we feel more energetic and more power in ourselves.
Yeah, I like that kind of sleep quality increase of the thing. What our actual schedule now of most of the people is, they get to the bed and they start scrolling until they get sleepy. But due to the screens, these screens of mobile phone or tablet, these screens emit blue radiation, which is not good for our eyes. It just disturbs our sleep cycle, and our mind is not able to focus on the sleep correctly. And oftentimes, what happens, we don't get proper sleep due to this kind of behaviors. If we just use mobile phone before sleeping, it disturbs our sleep cycle and quality of sleep also. Just I would like to ask the listeners, just take some time before actually going to the bed. Uh, do not use any kind of digital device. Do not use any screens. Just turn off the lights and sit silent in a silence, or just you can use reading physical books or listening to podcast. This kind of thing also helps before getting to bed. These kind of things will make you sleep faster, and most of the people also get some kind of thing that they are not able to sleep properly, because if they go to bed and just close their eyes, even they are not able to sleep for 1 or 2 hours. This kind of behavior is also a symptom of the uh, digital kind of thing, like we are using constantly bombard our eyes with screens and blue light exposure. This light emit gets into our eyes and causes some kind of bad effects on our sleep as well. So I would also like to say that at the end of the day, before going to sleep, you should just keep some hours in the spare and do not use any kind of devices. And if you are very much in the habit of getting with the devices, try to slowly decrease the habit. Like start listening to podcast instead of watching reels and videos. Then slowly you can start reading books, or then slowly you can just sleep without any kind of distraction.
Yes, the best way is to replace our devices by the habit of reading. That many of us means start when they start reading after two two to three pages, they automatically get to sleep. So this is better way, because when we replace the habits or stack that habit, so that will be last long. And I would also like to share that you said idea that we need to specify a block of time, means half hour and 1 hours, uh, for just distract ourselves or for using our social media. So when we do our main priority work, after that we can give this time block as a reward, so that will lead like a habit, or we get also reward. So both our main goal is also completing, and our small social media addiction or small dopamine it is also getting to us, so that will more beneficial to us to like making this change, that also help to grow in our work. And when we have a limited or specific time to distract, we we will avoid to distract in other uh, hours of our day.
Yeah, also I would like to point out that many times what happens, we just get a particular trigger before actually picking up the mobile and start scrolling. What is that trigger? It is a notification of the application. Majority of the times when we are in deep focus onto some other task, not only mobile task, then at that time we get distracted by notification pop up on our mobile phone or our laptop screens. It can distract ourselves, and just one notification can remove our focus for 15 to 20 minutes, and this is not a good approach towards working. So I would suggest that if you are working in a deep focus manner, then you should just make all the notifications silent, due to which you will not get triggered to open your mobile, or you will not get any kind of distraction.
Yes, and we can also use the some kind of launchers like minimalistic or any other, that will help to remove all the colorful things in our mobile. So we will only get black and white uh, scheme or skin of all the mobile, so that will make a boring type of device to us. When we open it for when we actually need it. And we can also schedule our sleep cycle or our day, means you wake up at 6 or sleep at 11, so you can uh, customize your uh, reading mode or night mode at 10 o'clock, so that will remind you to sleep at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, these kind of things really help us build good habits. And also there are many benefits of digital detox. We have covered some of them, like better sleep quality, and also getting more focus into work. Also, their reflection of the benefits also get into mental health, like our stress levels, our anxiety levels get lower. We do not get depressed over time, and also our whole mental health improves. Also, what happens that we are able to make stronger personal connections, like if we are not using social media too much, instead of connecting with someone on social media, if we use a one to one direct connection or direct physical connection, it is a lot better approach towards meeting other new people. Because a lot of a lot of time what happens, we have very much fan following on the social media, but in reality we are not able to speak to anyone in front of us. So this kind of behavior is not good for our well-being, and also it is not a good lifestyle. We are a human is a kind of social creature, and we should also interact with other people. So just letting ourselves some time in which we are not using social media, we are not interacting with people on social media. Instead, we are just interacting with them in a real physical way. We can schedule some kind of things, like I will do my example, like every Sunday I meet with my school friends and we just play cricket. It achieves different purposes, like we just talk to each other and build meaningful connection. Also we play, so it also improves my health a little bit because of the movement kind of thing. And also I'm becoming good at cricket also. So these two three things purpose these two three benefits I get from one kind of social interaction, which is playing cricket on a scheduled time in a week. I am not saying all the listeners to just get outside even if you don't like to go and engage with people. I will just suggest that you should have some time in the whole day that you just spend with others, or you just spend with yourself without any kind of digital devices, which can improve your mental health, which can improve your sleep quality, focus, and a lot more things than you think.
Yes, I also agree with you that when we connect with our society or our friends, that give us more experience of their life, and we can learn from them something different, because everyone life is different, so they get some experiences that can be helpful to us. And when we connect physically, we also have some physical movement in a day, and also we connect more peoples. And when we should also meet to our old teachers, that can also give us lesson to improve our life. So I think this is all our podcast. We should conclude it now.
So at last, you should finish this. I will say all too. We you have been. Hope you have enjoyed the video and gained some knowledge out of it. Bye for this time. See you in the next one. Goodbye.